Good morning, students. Okay, I hope you all have your physics books. Okay, now this is your physics book you can see here. Okay, now there are 7 chapters in it. Okay, so let us see for how long we will have online classes. Then only we can decide the syllabus of first term and second term. Okay, then we'll decide the syllabus, or it can be reduced also. Okay, but for today we are going to start lesson 1. Okay, chapter 1, that is physical quantities and measurement. Okay, now why do we need measurement? Okay, suppose I ask you, how far is your school? Okay, so some will tell it's very near to me, some will tell it's very far, some will tell it's 10 minutes walk from here, and we all will have different answers. But can a person who has not seen the school can have the exact idea of the distance, how far is the school? No, it's not possible because uh, okay, you all have different ideas about the distance. Okay, for some people 1 kilometer is very near, and for some others 1 kilometer is very near. Okay, so it depends from person to person. So there is no criteria here of the measurement. So we need to have measurement to have the exact idea. Okay, same way this is about distance, same way about weight, you can say, or size or volume. So unless we have measurement, you cannot have exact idea. Okay, now, so that's why we need measurement. Now, for measurement, we need to have a standard unit. Okay, when we have a standard unit, so by comparing it, we come to know the exact distance or exact weight or exact size. Okay, now in the case of your school, suppose we have taken the unit of distance as meter. Okay, so you know how much is 1 meter. We have a fixed distance for 1 meter. Okay, it's a standard. So uh, so we know for everybody 1 meter is the same. Okay, now if I tell, okay, or somebody tells that my school is 500 meters from here, then anyone can have the exact idea how far is your school. Okay, same way if you tell somebody my weight is 50 kg or 45 kg, we can have the exact idea. So what is your weight? Okay, so that's why we need standard unit for measurements. Okay, now for measuring different quantities, we have different units. Now first come to volume. Now what do you mean by volume? Volume is the space occupied by a body. That is called its volume. Okay, how much space a body is occupying, that is called its volume. Okay, now uh, space has 3 dimensions. Okay, length, breadth and height. So it's a three-dimensional quantity. Okay, now to calculate or to know the space a body occupies, we have to find volume. So volume means, for a cube, suppose there is a cube which has all sides, length, breadth and all dimensions equal, then we can simply multiply side into side into side. So that comes L cube. Now when it's a cuboid, then length into breadth into height. Okay, so this is the formula to find volume of cube and cuboid. Now how much is unit volume? Because we should have a standard unit, then only we can compare, and then we only can come to know. Okay, so if we take the length, the breadth and height, each of them as 1 meter, because our unit of length is 1 meter, so we take here 1 meter in all the three places, and now apply the formula. So 1 into 1 is 1, and 1 m into m is cube. So this is our unit. Okay, unit of volume 1 meter cube. That means 1 into 1 into 1 meter. Now 1 meter cube is quite big. 1 meter cube means, can you imagine a cube having a length of 1 meter, a breadth of 1 meter and a height of 1 meter. So that's quite big. Now to know the smaller volumes, we need smaller units also. So there are some multiples of the unit. Okay, so that is decimeter. So 1 decimeter equal to 1000 centimeter cube, or 1 meter cube equal to 1000 decimeter cube, and 1 centimeter cube equal to 1000 millimeter cube. So these are smaller units. Okay, you can have smaller, even smaller, 1 millimeter cube. So 1 millimeter cube is 1 into 1 millimeter into 1 millimeter into 1 millimeter. Okay, so and we can have larger units also. Okay, we multiply 1 meter by suppose a very big something we have to calculate, like a huge space, or the planets or the satellites, then we can have here kilometer cube also. Okay, so we can change the units accordingly. Okay, now measurement of area, you already know this one. Okay, because you in maths also you have studied, and physics also in your previous class. So area is a two-dimensional quantity. That means it has a length and it has a breadth only, no height. So suppose there is a square. So how will you find? Side into side, because both sides are equal in a square. For rectangle, length into breadth. Okay, the unit is meter. For length also will take meter, for breadth also will take meter. So meter is square. is the unit of area. Okay, to find smaller areas, we can take some multiples. So we can divide meter to centimeter. So then a square of centimeter is the area. And same way, millimeter square. Okay, for larger areas, we have, just remember this conversion also. 1 meter square equal to 10,000 centimeter square. Okay, most of students, you make a mistake here. If I ask you 1 meter square, you will say 100 centimeter square. So that is not 100 centimeter, actually it is 100 into 100, so that becomes 10,000. Same way, 1 centimeter square equal to 10 into 10 mm, so that is 100 millimeter square. Okay, now the larger ones, 1 air equal to 100 meter square, so it's a larger quantity, larger unit. Same way, 1 hectare equal to 100 air or 10,000 meter square. 1 kilometer square equal to, in 1 kilometer 1000 meters are there. So 1000 into 1000, that is how much? That is 10 lakhs meter square. Okay, so these are the larger units. Okay, now there is a use of grid paper also to find area. Okay, this helps also. So in grid paper, how to find area? Suppose okay, so suppose you have to find the area of this here given this figure here. So first we'll take here complete squares. Okay, how many complete squares are there? So just count them. Then just count squares which are more than half. So these two are more than half, or you can see this is also more than half, this one also, this one also. So count all the squares which are more than half and take them as 1. Okay, and then we will count the squares which are less than half. Okay, okay, here is a different formula to find. Okay, it's a little different. Just okay, using this formula also you can find, or you can find that way also. Okay, but we'll use this formula. First, count the complete squares, then all incomplete squares. Okay, all the blue ones here, all you can count where this line is passing through. Then put in this formula C plus 0.5 into P. P means the blue color squares. So now multiply this by p into 0.5, then add into the complete squares and you can get the area. Okay, here one example is given. Suppose the number of interior squares is 38 and the number of boundary squares is 29. So now you have to apply the formula 38 plus 0.5 into 29. So you have to multiply these two first, okay, and then add 238 and you will get this one, okay. So this is how, using this formula, we can find the area, okay, the grid method. Okay, here you just try it for yourself here, this diagram. Okay, then now it is also solved. Okay, then in the next class we'll see the density of regular solids. Okay, now you go through these pages. Okay, at least twice you have to read this. Okay, go through very carefully. You have to go through, read it at least twice. All these pages up to here. Okay, and you better if you go through this also, then it will be easier to understand. Okay, in the next class we'll see how to find density of regular solids. Okay, so now what we have studied today, so measurement of volume, area, and in area also we have this grid method and other formula method. Grid also there is formula used. So now in the previous class we had used different method, but now we'll use this formula. Okay, so do up to here, okay, and do the reading. Reading is very important, then only you will be able to understand. So the next class we will study how to calculate density of regular solids, and then units of density, finding density of regular solid. Okay, now there are numericals also, then calculation of speed. So that's quite too much. Okay, for today this much is enough. And also, okay, do up to here the reading, then we'll discuss later.